thank you and welcome to our broadcast. D-Flow is here with us. I focus on Liberia and we are partnering in this broadcast. This is something you may see quite too often. We are working on it. We are having conversation to see how best we can partner in bringing you information that may be of value to you. And so, folks, let me share with you what we all got packaged. In this edition of our broadcast, like I told you, it's all politics. We'll be looking at the ruling CDC uh, selection process leading to this upcoming 2020 senatorial by-elections. But maybe because we want to get a better look, we will look at the history of the CDC in terms of selecting their candidate. Hey, we are not only talking about the CDC here. All the political parties are in trouble here today. We will also be looking at the CPP. How are they planning, talking about their selection process leading to the 2020 senatorial by-election, and what has been their history also in terms of selecting their candidates for election. We will be talking about that, and we also will be looking at the whole hulubalu about Jemima Wolokoli. What has been her history, politically speaking? Has she been a controversial person? Has she been in this fight with the CDC for some time now before her being suspended and then being fired? Is the president being selective here in firing people? Is CDC as a political institution also being selective here in using her suspension power here on Madam Wolokoli? We will be looking at that. And this is all we got packaged for you. And also, we'll be looking at the CPP, whether the CPP will hold or fail. We'll be looking at some prospects, if at all the CPP will succeed. And we will also be looking at some troubling signs that might be telling us that, this thing is not looking too good. It might fail. And then, what will be the best option for a possible CPP ticket? D-Flow and myself, we are on it. We got it all packaged for you. D-Flow, you just let into the laundry list. My man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great to be partnering with for Liberia Destiny Debaters to join the focus of Liberia at this moment so we can move our country forward because it's not just possible for one person to change this country. It's going to have to take all of us coming together as a people to take care of business. That is, whoever is in the wrong, we pinpoint that person that you are wrong in this place, like when the COP, when Pedro Costa decided to take responsibility of the last episode in Liberia, many of us came out and said to him, this was wrong. So that's why we decided to partner with you guys so that all of us can work together as a people and make sure that we put this for what is right in the right position, what is wrong, put it in the right position. But again, nice to see you again, my brother.
Thank you. I overheard somebody saying that all the shapes you can think about, you can find them in Liberia except for partnership. So maybe you can find some partnership here focus on Liberia. That may be possible between focus on Liberia and the Liberian Destiny Debaters. We'll see where that go. But again, folks, in cyberspace, this is a partnership broadcast with Liberian Destiny Debaters, a platform that D-Flow runs and hosts. Many of you know D-Flow Flomo here. He's been in this business for over 10 years. And we are trying to see how we can work together because at the end of the day, it's about informing our people. But hey, we don't want to waste your time. Let's go into the conversation. So, D-Flow,
Yes,
get us started here. You are like the veteran in this business. We're talking about the 2020 senatorial election. But before we come to that, what is your unique sense of the CDC history in terms of selecting candidate? Let's go as far back as 2020. 2005. What do you know?
You know, CDC as a political party was created as a grassroots movement, as a think tank to shift this generation into changing Liberia for the good of all of us.
Right.
And 2005, around that time, 2004, the CDC was set up by a group of Liberians. Some of them are coming up now to say that we are the original founding members of CDC, like Madam Jemima Wolokoli. We have heard about Joria coming out to claim that I founded the CDC. We have listened to other people claiming that they are original member of the CDC. So the listing is too long. But 2005, fast forward, they went into an election with Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the political Maradona of our time. And those of us who know politics, we know very well that when you go after a person like Madam Sirleaf or against a person like called Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf,
Right.
A real political RJ, political Maradona of our time, you have to be very strong. So the CDC went into the election 2005, and the end result, Madam Sirleaf was declared the winner of that race. And then the CDCans cried across the river. They said they were cheated. But fast forward into that, they went into 2011 again. The same episode happened. It replayed itself. And Unity Party took the state, went ahead and claimed position, went ahead and won that election. Fast forward to 2017, right?
Right.
So as a political party, citizens have always cried that they have been cheated. And at some point of time, many Liberians thought it was true that they cheated them. But citizens were packaging a man that many of them did not know called Josh Oponwia. They thought the man is a man that really loves this country. So they seasoned him and they sent him to the Liberian people without knowing exactly the kind of person they were sending out to the market
But
space.
Deflo, before we get to
Politics.
that, Deflo, hold on. Before we get to that, I want us to talk about the candidate selection process. In this case, I'm talking about they are both senatorial and representative candidates. Let's look at the selection process because it is this selection process that Madam Wolo Colley has criticized, for which she is no longer the Deputy Minister for Commerce and is no longer a member of the CDC. She got suspended by the what they call the neck of the CDC. So what I'm trying to get from
Yeah,
this,
they
let's look at the selection
no
process.
opinions. Yeah,
Yeah, look at
well,
the
their
selection
selection
process.
process,
2005. How was it done?
2005 and 2017, 2005, 2011, 2017. What we do know in the CDC is very simple. The party is owned by one human being. It's made, you got a bunch of people who just run around the party claiming to be, I'm a partisan. Oh, we made a CDC. We created the party. I have made contribution. I own a greater part of this pile. But the party is owned by one human being. It's not a political party. It is not an institution. It is a property of George Oponwia. So when you look at his coming on the ballot 2005, if he was handpicked by himself. 2011, again, they brought Winston Tubman, but it was a political handpick in there. Quick forward, every time CDC or citizens go into a political process where they call primary, they are going there to fool the people, to make it look like it's part of our democratic process. It is part of who we are. You have to go to primary. The people have to vote for whoever wants to be on the ballot. But it's all political charade. It has never happened in its reality. All they have done throughout what I know, and now we know that Jemima Wolcott have already come and pushed this thing on all of us is George Manawia is the decider. He decides which girlfriend, which beautiful woman will be on the ballot in the district, which beautiful woman who will be in this county. He decides everything for the party. So, for example, quick forward into 2019 election, right?
Deflo, let me share something here. This is what I know. All right. In 2005, CDC was very popular. And we all fortunately live and are able to tell that story today. Very popular, but again, they were going against Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who from all indication was the darling of the West. She was the favorite of the international community at the time, and it was clear that the international community was not really to play a gamble. But in terms of candidate selection, it was clear CDC could not have thought of anybody to use other than President George Weah. So President George Weah became the candidate of the CDC in 2005. But then look at those who ran on a CDC ticket in 2005 at the Senate and the representative level. How were these people or those candidates selected? That's what I want to know. This is what I
Well,
know.
what we do know,
Mm-hmm.
as a person who have been following politicians for some time,
Mm-hmm.
the process, most of what they do in most of the political parties like we have in Liberia,
Mm-hmm.
individuals are selected. They go to primaries, only to drink and shake elbows and make it look like the process is what they have to go through. But most of the candidates that are picking, are put on the ballots by the people, they are handpicked by either the Senate bearer, the chairman of the party,
Mm-hmm.
or a certain group of people who have good relationship with the Senate bearer. For when you look, for example, 2019,
Right.
Police Tower in Masurado County
Mm-hmm.
was handpicked by George Weah because we know she is a girlfriend to George Manawia.
Mm-hmm.
We know that story for a fact. From the fact that Monba Modu already told us that yes, that's a fight. George Manawia picks people that he sleeps with. So if you look at it, the process is not really democratic. What they have in the CDC, it is just a political makeover where they fool citizens for them to believe that they have a party. So it
So,
is not really a party.
D-Flow,
Yeah.
I know you want us to move fast forward, so that is good. Let's do that. But my memory is that in 2005, I remember
Mm.
uh, this woman, one sumo, uh, she was a
Smoke for
senator.
which county?
I don't know. I'm talking about Monserrato County, George
Okay, you're
Musu
talking about
Small. Yeah,
the
George
late
Musu.
Geraldine.
Yeah, no,
Geraldine?
no, I'm talking about George Musu.
George Musu.
George
Okay.
Musu was on a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she was picked at the time because during that time, CDC was
Mm-hmm.
brand new. Most people who wanted to run on CDC ticket were out of thinking that they didn't have money at the time. But there was one Anna Bright
Yes, I
was
remember Anna
also
Bright.
on the ticket. Those two candidates were the one the CDC fair at the time at the senatorial level, and they all won. Now, how those people were selected, uh, I don't remember a Democratic primaries at a time
Mm-hmm.
that was held. It was like everybody was running hata skata. Oh no, we got to find a candidate. So it was people saying, "Hey, I want to run," and if you knew anybody closer to the power that be at a time, some way
Mm-hmm.
somehow they register you, and then you were on the ticket of the party. That's how it all started. But it was CDC first time contesting into an election at a time, so
Mm-hmm.
anybody will understand that well things were not that organized. They rushed through it and they selected people on the basis of who made effort uh,
Mm-hmm.
as to wanting to be on the ticket, and that's how they made a selection. Fast forward in 2011, that was when the idea of a primary, you understand,
Yes.
was being on the display. But like you said, it has
Mm-hmm.
always been a charade. That's one
Mm-hmm.
thing anybody can agree with or disagree with. But during the 2011, what we got to know, they made
Mm-hmm.
efforts when it came to primary, sorry. So
Yeah.
the efforts were made, but
Mm-hmm.
as we see today, it
Mm-hmm.
was like you needed to have that connection, all right, with the
Mm-hmm.
higher ups in the party.
Yeah.
Though there were some primaries being held, but if
Mm-hmm.
you have done your homework behind the curtains,
Mm-hmm.
and rub shoulder with some top brass, some way, somehow you'll find yourself on the ticket of the CDC. And this is not only unique to the CDC, and we'll be
No,
talking about
not
that later on. It
yeah.
happens almost in all the political parties. And so we are making the point to say that in Liberia, if we want to select candidates, there must be a primary. If you want to use any other process in selecting your
Mm-hmm.
candidates, that
Mm-hmm.
process, if it is consensus, that consensus should be discussed. The process of leading to that consensus should be defined so that people who have interest in participating in that process can feel that, oh yes, there was an established process. I went through the process and this person was selected. Because the thing is that you don't want to initiate a conflict that will haunt your parochial institution down the line. So you are right that most of these things have been a share. So fast forward, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I remember John J. Weah. John
John
J.
Dewey,
Weah
yes.
was the
Yeah.
choice of President Weah, was the choice
President
of
Weah.
most of the top right in the CDC.
Yes.
So I don't remember a primary process that went on in that by election that John J. Weah was the candidate of the CDC. If you remember, there's a gentleman in that area who won. He happened to be a seditious, but when he expressed an interest, he said, "Oh
Yeah,
no, the
that's Edward.
president."
That's Flomo.
Yeah, Flomo.
What
So
Edward Flomo?
Flomo end up beating or whipping or John J. Weah, even though
Mm-hmm.
President Weah, like he did in 2005 and 2011, he raised
Mm-hmm.
the hand of John J. Weah, but John J. Weah got flawed because he was handpicked. There was not
Yes.
a recognized primary process that gave the constituents of a particular electoral district the opportunity to decide who they wanted to be their candidate. All right,
Not at all.
The CDC did not do that. So what we
Mm-hmm.
saw was John J. Weah was flawed because he was not the choice of the people. Flomo ended up winning that election. Fast forward, Polita Weah. There was a
Mm-hmm.
primary process that took place in Nickeltown. I followed it, but you know
Mm-hmm.
the people have already reached a consensus that
Mm-hmm.
Polita Weah. I think there was somebody that was trying to challenge the person more than back off. And at
Yeah,
the end of the day,
just to interrupt, always politicians always have this thing, right? So they
right.
have to fool people who don't know politics.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that say so. They go with the crowd. So they make the process look like we're going to a primary, but they have already put somebody on the side. Like, hey, you are the one. Mm-hmm. So if you win, let's say they put you myself on the ballot, mm-hmm. you win because the leader of the party believes in me, or he thinks that I'm more qualified. I can do better, or he's more closer. I'm closer to him. Right. He's gonna come in and say to you, my brother, hey, we want you to step aside, set aside. Let D-Flow go and serve. Next time we will find your place. So this is how they have been operating. But go ahead.
Thank you. So as I was saying, fast forward, we realized that because Polita Weah, I don't know whether because she was not the choice of most of the partisan, that's why she got defeated. That is another argument, and I'm not prepared to make that one. But the point that I can speak on here with authority is that Polita Weah became the candidate of the CDC because President Weah, as a leader of the party, made a decision that Polita Weah needed to be the candidate for the CDC. Look, a President Weah had not had any undue influence in making a selection of who the CDC candidate needed to be. And if there were an open, transparent, and fair process that allow individuals in a party to decide, to participate, I guarantee you, somebody other than Polita Weah will have become the candidate of the CDC in the election that the CDC disgracefully lost to Darius Dillon. And so the point we're making here, folks, is that primary processes in Liberia in our political parties or being conducted by our political parties need to be fair. And that's the way people will feel that, yes, they are being respected in the political process. We need to do that. This big man, godfather kind of politics, because, oh, this man is the political leader, the man prefer this person, so the person should be. It is not helpful at all. And if we truly want to practice democracy in Liberia, my man D. Flo and myself saying, we can't do it like that. That is a complete
No,
charade, and we need to stop that. Before your thoughts.
it's never going to work because what happened as you stated, when people are not satisfied with the political process, most of them feel that stay out of the game because they're like, why should I go vote when this thing here that's supposed to be through the primary, it did not happen. So right. They did it the other way around. The news might not spread compared to what you think. But some of the people will not go vote. So that's what happened to Polita. And she got burned in a senatorial election. But let's move to the next one.
Yeah. So fast forward, let's come to the same process now. So right now, Jemima Wolokoli is raising, all right, her voice about these primary processes that have always been taking place, usually decided before time, and people come before the camera to show that, oh, this is a democratic process. She's saying the process has not been transparent as it should or should have been. And she's saying we can't continue to go this way. There are other people in the party that have interest, but what has been the case is because the head of the party or some leader in a party prefer a particular individual, that particular individual automatically becomes the presumptive candidate for the party. She's saying we need to stop this, and because it's not serving us. And she too said she had she had interest in that particular election, all right, that she wants to run. She want to participate in the primary. But fast forward, she got to know that there was this curtains behind the decision, behind the curtains, that
Yeah.
Thomas Fowler is the man
Yeah.
the CDC is going. And we have information that the CDC has been looking at different individuals. Winston
Mm-hmm.
Tapper name was floated.
Mm-hmm.
Mary Broad name was floated. Jefferson Koji name was floated. We have what's the other young lady? Agenda ministry, her name was also floated. So we heard,
Piso Sasedi.
no, not Piso, one of the, I think, deputy or assistant there was floated. And so these people, this was CDC trying to find a candidate, right? So in
Mm-hmm.
no time, when they made a decision, behind the curtains, Ada is selling Thomas Fowler, and you remember Akara Gray also had interest in that election.
Absolutely.
Akara Gray started going from district, from place to place within his district and trying to
Mm-hmm.
show that, he's the man of the people.
Well,
Akara Gray,
not
that's
just
the
great,
reason
not
why
just
he
just
even
great.
had to
Even
resign his position.
the cat herself, the cat herself, when she returned to Liberia,
Right.
the cat had put her forget about her illness. She was like, "Oh, when I was not around here, these mice they were running around here. The cat is in town, right?"
Right.
So she was said she wanted to be a part because she is very close to George Manawia. There is
Right.
some conversation that she is another person for George Manawia, a special person. I don't want to go there with that other conversation. But more deeper to that, I think what many of us are aware of the party is what Madam Water Quality is not saying it publicly. What we also heard from my brother Mogba K. Modu, the liquor talker, is just another part of what
We'll get to
Madam.
that. So just keep that part. We'll get to that.
No, I just want to talk about how the process they call primary it is, and why is it that they are going to continue to have what they have in their party. But let's move on.
Yeah, so Diflo, you are right about what's his name, Representative Muna Nyombla. Muna, when she got a little better, we wish her well. We hope that the good old Lord will grant her mercies and that she will get healing. She is sick, but some point a few months ago, she got better. She was feeling great. She came to Morovia and
Mm-hmm.
she started playing football. She was moving around. She was saying that she was not around, so some people were talking, and she
Mm-hmm.
was the mentor and the mentee, like
The
people
mentee,
that
the mentee.
Darius DeLong, and so
Yeah.
this was Mona trying to position herself
Mm-hmm.
as a possible contender for this election that is coming on in Monserrado County. And the
Mm-hmm.
CDC actually tried to think of that possibility with Mona. As the same was with Akara Gray. But in the case of Jemama Wobokoli, maybe because of some disagreement in the party official were not looking at her. And we will show some evidence later on in the broadcast, during this
Mm-hmm.
broadcast, for you to see. So people need to be treated fairly, irrespective of what their views are. And the woman, her point that she tried to make all along is that, look, we need a fair democratic process that gives everybody the opportunity to compete, and whoever comes out becomes the partistic, candidate. But
Mm-hmm.
that is not the case. That has not been the case for the most part, and we are saying that needs to be changed. But again, Diflo, let's come to the CPP as well. The CPP is no different in this whole primary charade or I mean, we saw Darius Dillon and we saw what's the young lady name, the daughter of Benny Yure, Talia Yure.
Tana
So
Yuri.
yeah, in the two most recent elections, two of the most recent elections that the CDC took part in, we saw Darius Dillon was
Mm-hmm.
selected. There was not a primary process.
Mm-hmm.
Talia Yuri were also selected. So what been true, D-Flow, is that the best way they could have done it? This is a part,
Yep.
this is a group
Mm-hmm.
of political parties that are trying to position themselves as the alternative. Did they really
Mm-hmm.
set a good example with the selection of Talia Yuri and Darius DeLon in previous election?
Well, I think I have some problem with that
Yeah.
because again, when we push on the CDC and say that, but let me just make this clear.
Hmm.
Why we partnered,
Hmm.
I'm going to be tough on the CDC than the opposition because I see the CDC as a party that for 12 years they argued that they had solution or solutions to the nation's problem. So
Hmm.
I'm going to be more tough on the CDC than the opposition
And it's your
because
right to do
again,
so.
I support the opposition. I just wanted to say that clearly for this case of the conversation. But to your conversation and to your question, that was not really a political process.
Mhm.
Whereas Tara Ure was handpicked by Mr. Ure, and then A.B. Darras were also handpicked by Liberty Party and presented as their candidate of the opposition to the people of Masurado. But I think the reason why they did that, they saw the need that John Weah was very vulnerable in Masurado, and they needed somebody that could go in with a new message. And this message could be, I want to go and spend and turn this light on. This place is supposed to be a shiny place for all of us to see what's happening in this house. But some people have taken the bulb and they don't want to turn the light on. So I send me there as your generator and the bulb. Once you turn me, and once you send me there as the bulb, you put me there as the bulb, you as the generator, you will empower me and make sure I will shine in this place. So A.B. Darrows did for us fairness has just done that, and that is why what you see in Masurado is clear an example of the new generation taking over the state, sending a clear message that, look, you know why? There are still some good people in this country. The good people are not just getting the opportunity to lead. And for that, A.B. Darius is just pushing out and say to the people, say, look, we have some great people in this town, but because the political system that we have here does not look at great people, always handpick individuals, the establishment, that is why we have now find somebody. But since, of course, we have A.B. Darius DeLong as the light, there are others that may want to be like him. So he is the Abraham. He is the light. He is the redeemer. He is everything that we as a people need.
Thank you, D-Floor. Again, folks in cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia. In this broadcast, we are in a partnership conversation with the Liberian Destiny Debaters that D-Floor runs. And this is a broadcast. This is the debut. You may be seeing this quite too often in the future as we are in conversation for a possible partnership. Welcome to our broadcast here. I'm Anthony C. and the man D Flow from the Liberian Destiny Debaters is also here, and we are discussing the politics of the time. So, D Flow, let me go to the CPP. I'm glad that you made it clear, full disclosure that you support the opposition, and that is your right to do so. I do not support any side. I'm a neutral person.
No, I
As
want
much
that. The reason why I want it to be from the beginning, for people to understand that I'm coming on this platform, despite I will say some things against the opposition. 85% of what I will say here will be against the ruling party because, as a person who was in the middle and the ruling party decided to come after me, and it made me to dent my character, I have to prove to them that I will respond to them. I will retaliate politically towards them to make sure that the party is defeated by the people.
All right, we will come to that. I don't want you to retaliate politically. Maybe you should be able to sharpen whatever contradiction. You can hold them accountable. That's what we do here. We try to hold everybody accountable as much as we can. But the word retaliate politically, I don't know. But that's your choice of word. But again, let me go to the issue with the CPP. The
Mm-hmm.
CPP tries to position itself as the alternative, as the hope. And the word hope, people are becoming skeptical of it now because our current government today was they hope, all right, they sow hope
Mm-hmm.
to the Liberian people. Now whether the Liberian people are still hopeful today, your guess is as good as mine. And so for the CPP to be positioning itself as that hope for a better government, for redemption, all
Mm-hmm.
right, for better
Mm-hmm.
governance in our country, and will be making the same mistakes or will be conducting a political primaries in a manner that resembles the old order, that is unacceptable. Let me say this, DFlo. Look, the CPP has been collaborating for quite some time now. There are 4 political parties.
Yes.
Now, they made a handpick kind of decision by getting Talia Ure and Darius Dillon and putting them forth. But my brother, they
But
could
but
have
but
done better.
let
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
uh,
They should have allowed and encouraged all the political parties within the CPP to produce a candidate, and then they select delegates from each of those political parties, and they go into a primary.
no,
I believe the
I
fact that
disagree. I
Daros
disagree
DeLong,
with your opinion.
yeah, I believe.
I
Let me learn
disagree
that.
with
Let me
you.
learn. Let me learn. I believe that the fact that Daros DeLong was more like the choice of most of them, he would have won anyway. Or if any other person had won the primary, chances are that the person could have also won the election, since indeed that person was going to be a CPP candidate, because at the time, that particular election period, CDC was unpopular. People were angry. That was when we had just had the the June 7th protest. People were angry with the CDC because things were not going right. So I'm saying, yes, Dillon was a better candidate for them at the time, but I'm saying that maybe any other person or they would have chosen maybe could have also won the election, because it was their chance or time to win. But for Benny Nayure,
Yeah.
as head of the CPP at the time, to provide a leadership in his own interest, we saw the selection or handpicking of his daughter was disgraceful. And anybody who
Well,
had guts to be able to say it, I'm not saying because her father was chairman, she could not have become a candidate. That's right. I mean, I want that lady to play any political roles that she wishes to play. That is all right. But we needed a primary process that was going to show that these people are fair-minded in a political process and trying to set a good example here. And they did not do it. So I'm saying to them, going forward, they need to get it right, just as we are asking any other political party with the CDC included here to get it right. Stop handpicking people. These things have consequences. These things can serve as sources of conflict in any political institution, in any organization, and we need to desist from that, because government starts at the level of the political party. Why do you think we have so much chaos in CDC as a party and then as a government today? The reason what you see in government is what started within a party. All right. So people
yeah.
need to stop that particular
Well, let me just
behavior.
for you. You are entitled to your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
However, let me just remind you,
Mm-hmm.
when in politics, people are trying to establish something new that is not a usual way. There are a lot of ways that people do it. First, they go in with somebody that they trust. They go in with somebody that they trust, or people that they trust. Sorry, that I'm trying to pin down the number here. You have to make selectively have a simple conversation with certain people and look at it and say to them, what do you think of the government? What is your position on this? And you explain, you bring together about 10 people in one at a time and have a conversation with them. What do you see the government? What is your position? What can we do as a people? But when you just don't do that, you go straight into a primary. You could pick a man like DFlo, who is pretending that he does not like the government, and he gets there, he gets elected on your ticket. He becomes a sleep in a seat bed with John Weir. So I think that is why they decided that since, of course, AB Dowers don't have tested politics in Maserado, we should carry him as a senator. But that's just what I think they did that. And I think it was the right decision because it has just provided all of us as a nation the opportunity to see good people, to see that, look, there are still good people in this town. There are still good people in this country. There are still good people out of this country that just want to serve. The reason is simple. We have to reduce what I call public service must be a place to serve, not a place to go enrich yourself. It should be a place to encourage people who just want to be part of history. like Ebi Daros did all. We should discourage people from going to state power to enrich themselves. Encourage people to enter the private sector and get rich so we can have millionaires in Liberia. We can begin to have billionaires in Liberia. That is why politics should be about. It should not be about encouraging people to go to state power like George Oponwia. Like George Oponwia, I wish we would discuss. The man had nothing. The brother was broke.
D-Flow, I
Yeah.
know your point you're making here is that it's like somebody saying the ends justifies the means.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Somehow, I can say with confidence that Darius DeLon is not the best politician that we can have,
Mm-hmm.
but he is making some strides. I know Darius DeLon took the 6,500. There are information that he disclosed 6,500. The money was actually 8,000. If those people who are saying that are telling the truth, then Darius DeLon did not make full disclosure. I'm just saying. Darius DeLon has sometimes said that he would not take a car worth around $40,000 if he had the opportunity to serve in
But
government. Listen, D-Flow, I just listened to you, D-Flow. Hold on, you have time to talk. Darius DeLon end up taking a $40,000 car. But the point I'm making here is that
no, Darius
I'm saying
did
this. Let
not
me
take
learn,
forty
D-Flow.
thousand out of car.
D-Flow,
Go
let me
ahead.
learn.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
Darius DeLon is a better senator compared to other senators that we know. I'd agree 100% that he's a better senator. But I'm saying to
Hold
you,
on, you have to hold on. We are not taking calls right here. When we're ready,
yeah,
we'll
I'm
let you guys
saying to
know, please.
you, Darius DeLon could have done
Just a
much
minute.
more
We are
better
not taking
than,
calls right now. Just wait. When we let you guys
yeah,
know, we'll let you
Darius
guys
DeLon
know.
could have done much more better than what
Mm-hmm.
he is doing today. If we have had maybe about 14 or 15 Darius DeLon in the Senate, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure things will be, Latino will be a little more hopeful about representation at the Senate level. But I'm saying
Granted.
that because
Mm-hmm.
Darius DeLon is doing okay today, so
Mm-hmm.
whatever way he was selected does not matter. I'm saying to you, we shouldn't make that argument because that is not a good argument. The
Yeah, but
process
you
must be
see, when you
transparent.
talk about Darius took a 40,000 out of the ego. Darius did not take a 40,000 out of the ego. The vehicle in question was given to the late Javelin Doe. So what do you expect? Well, when you take over a system, if you are being upon election, you are entitled to, you will take over whatever thing that the board for that certain leader or that candidate. So in this case, Darius did not ask them to give me 40,000 at a car. Look, I can say this for a fact. I was with the CDC at the time. I flew to Liberia and I sat down in OKFM. I propagated against Darius because I did not know at the time that we still have some good people in this country. I thought he was just going to be like any other politician. But Darius did not take a 40,000 vehicle. It was a vehicle that was bought for Geraldine Doe that passed
Who
2000,
is using that car?
around the way.
Who is using
Yeah,
that
so
car?
Darius it was just passed on to Darius. And then when you talk about $6,500, well, why can't they act like Darius did not? So come when they receive money for them to come and tell us how much they received. How many of them have done that? Zero. There is no record of all of the people that went to the chief, including Josh Oponwia, who CDC claimed that he was so rich, $88 million in the bank, but yet they said was making $15,000 a month. He was taking 500 gasoline. They were paying him for his meal, and they did everything for him. He did not expose anything. So Darius Delon, to me, for me and my household, Darius is our candidate.
All right, folks in cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia. My name is Anthony C. Hostin, and you have here,
D
we
flow
have
from
with
the
us
Mama the
Ulen D.
second.
Flomo of the Liberian Designated Debaters. This is a partnership broadcast. The Liberian Designated Debater is in conversation with Focus on Liberia for a possible partnership so that we can join hands together in helping to provide information for our people so that we can have two sides in this conversation. I'm the guy who tried to make it balanced and juicy. D-Flow
Yeah,
is saying, hey,
you trying to act
this
like
is my
you
side,
are Mr.
and these guys
Independent.
here, they're going to
We're
receive
acting
my
like Mr.
political bullets.
Independent. For me, I'm not independent.
I'm sure
I hate the CDC.
I'm sure a diversity of this kind will be
Mm-hmm.
something that will give everybody two sides of the political conversation, and I am just loving it and everything. All right. D-Flow, let me progress so that we can open the phone line. Folks, wait for us quite very.
Well,
So
you gotta
D-Flow,
wait
let's
for
come
us a little
to,
bit. We'll open the line. We'll let you guys know when we open the line. Give
yeah,
us about
D-Flow,
yes.
let's look at the firing of Jemima Wolokoli,
Mm-hmm.
and let's also look at her suspension. And then let's look at the things that she said that led to these two actions, swift
Mm-hmm.
against her. Let's look at things that others have done
Mm-hmm.
or said and what happened to them. So if we look at those variables, can we make the argument that, oh, the decision was selective or she was not treated fairly because we are reminded of Momba Molu, the chairman of the party,
Mm-hmm.
under whose leadership a decision to suspend Wolokoli was made, said far more worse, incriminating things, things
Mm-hmm.
that are impeachable offenses. He
Mm-hmm.
said those things and he stayed comfortably sitting as the chairman of the party. The party did not make a decision against him whatsoever. But Jemima Wolokoli, who criticized the primary process of the party, today does not have a job as deputy minister and is
Mm-hmm.
no longer a member of the CDC. Was the decision to fire her and suspend her selective? That is my question to you. Go for it.
This is why I now regret why I decided to join the CDC when Samia Toy and others asked me to join them.
Those guys
I
can
didn't
join
join the
you then?
CDC. They asked me to join. Crooked Toy asked me to, he begged me like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
The man called me so many times.
Mm-hmm.
That's why when I hear some CDCs, I don't know the story, I just laugh at it. I don't know what you're talking about. So, but let me leave Toy alone a little bit. This is why I will never join a political party. When I'm retired from the United States, by the grace of God, I'll return to my village. I return to that place where I like to fish it and just sit my butt there until I die. Because politicians are crooked people. They are smart, they use other people. But to the issue, in Liberia, I don't know where they got this thing from. This thing about party discipline, this thing about party doctrine, this thing about suck it up. Who are you to go and expose what's happening in your party? It is all about party discipline and party doctrine. When they say in Liberia about those things is whatever you hear, whether good or bad, your job is to paint it. If it is worse, your job is to make it look that, oh, that's nothing. It has happened before. It happened when Unity Party was there. It happened when we had the one week political parties, 163 years of their leadership, 162 years, three years of their leadership. These are things that have happened over the years. So your job is to be part of discipline. Your job is to go out there and protect and defend your political party. This is what it has come down to. But to the issue, I think this is selective justice. I think this is because they are treating her because she's a female. I think because I have said, and I was the first person that came up and said that I knew that I have been informed by a credible source that Thomas Fowler will be the candidate for CDC. But I sat down on that story because they were looking at two different people at the same time. They were looking at Crooked Wilson Tappe from Commerce Ministry and Thomas Fowler from District 2. So we decided, along with our source, to set on that story, not to break it.
D-Flow,
So
let me hold you to your point. Did you call the honorable Wilson Tappet crooked? Any
Wilson
reason that
Tappe
led
is a
you to
crook.
that?
Yeah, Wilson Tappe is a crook. We know that Wilson Tappe stole money during the campaign except for CDC. The same people that said it. The same people from the CDC that came and told me that Wilson Tappe stole some of his campaign money. So I'm just quoting that what they said to me that Wilson Tappe stole some money. But to answer your question, where you think the whole process is, this whole thing about going into an election selective process, they have already decided, CDC has always and is going to continue to operate on selective candidates. John Weah will pick people to run on the ticket. So they go to the ATS, or they go to some kind of sport complex, or they go to D2 High, they go to any other open field, and just present a single person, but they will make the process look like each person is going to vote. But your vote will not mean, it's meaningless to the CDC. It's useless. It is not worth a thing. It's a waste of time. So the lady, Madame Waterquarter, knowing that story, knowing very well that she knows people that have fell victim or are victim of this political system, she decided that, you know what? I am going to be what? The lamb. I will sacrifice myself and expose some of the things in this party. And I know when I open my big mouth, they are going to fire me. But you have the clip that we will listen to.
All right, folks in cyberspace, bear with us. We'll soon open a line. D-Flow, let's play what Samuel Twe, I mean not Samuel Twe, sorry, Mamba Molu has said, far more incriminating, far more criminal than what Wolo Koli said. And let you be the judge whether or not, you know, Wolo Koli, what she said was anything for which she needed to be fired and then suspended compared to what Mamba Molu said. So watch and listen carefully as we play this clip.
Drop it.
The video where Maggie dealt with Joel. It was on GCPT. No, that's GCPT. He programmed Maggie. How was it? He programs Maggie. Like what we used to do for him. But we don't, you don't find us at home.
Why is dropping it? It is just one of those things that
they need to listen to it first and then we can talk about it after that, okay?
If I want to replace Joel, Maggie won't be vice president. You do now, you'll be vice president. 12 wants to be president.
Well, you that's
That's
in the because you go for doing the president. The president.
I mean, when you think that he's the most elected president out of Georgia. The studio not seeing that the problem.
The most hated person right now. The most hated
person
is what?
12. Second Maggie.
He doesn't know that.
The most hated government of the country. Everybody talk to Elisha and 12 me.
Even when they almost says that. They can't even set in 2000.
The change have been thwarted.
And then when they be defending it, I'll tell me I can't do that.
But how often you defend something you run out of options?
Yes, yeah. Kaya, I'm not defending no. I'm not going to go down. Anybody that get rich. I mean, I won't be still, be steady, but they will take the blame for Big public, but big public, I'm doing that guy. Somebody who resigned from CDC. They didn't resign. They resigned with 300 partisans of the CDC. They joined the march. I'm saying the major you still know. The march from Pinsdale, the UPF. He didn't know about the big away led from because he was a district coordinator. Yeah, he was a district coordinator for security. The march from there, joined UPF.
All right, folks, we are back with you here. So you're just listening to some of the things that Mamba Mondo has said in the past about the president and the party. And you will understand that this man said a whole lot of things for which, in my judgment, and that is the judgment of many others, that this man should not be the chairman of the party, because he did not only incriminate people within the government, he also incriminated the president. But let me read to you some of the things I captured from that video. It's a long video. We don't want you waste your time, because of time we're going to bring people in. In the video, as you're listening, they talk about Samuel 12 being the most hated government official. Moma Molu, he said himself said they are stupid. And when he said they are stupid, he talking about all the officials in the government,
All of them,
including the president. He said they are stupid. Now, when Jemima Wolokoli spoke, she did not refer to the president or anybody in the party as being stupid. She only said this has been the behavior or the way primaries have been conducted in the past, and this thing needs to stop. All right. She did not insult anybody as being stupid. In the video, as you listen to the entire episode 1, 2, all the way to 6, at some point, Mama Molu said that President Weah appointed one girl they refer to as ice cream because President Weah, quote unquote, sleeping.
Slept with her.
Yeah, slept with this sister. He
said
don't
that
have about the president.
We are
But
also
today,
adults here. Don't have. There's also adult watching this program. Don't have anything.
Today, Mama Modu is still the chairman of the party, and when he calls a press conference, they are there, they are singing. Just a tiny bit, Wolokoli said she's been fired from her job, she's been suspended from the party. Quote unquote. Mama Modu also went on by saying, I am tired defending them. This is the party chairman that is saying he is tired defending this party. Should that man be the chairman of the party when he is
Absolutely
tired defending the party? The party will
Absolutely
not make a decision. The president will not use his influence, his power to get Mama Modu out, but he rather get Jemima Wolokoli out. He went as far as saying, this is the most incriminating one of it all. He said Weah took a lot of, talking about President Weah now, he said the man took a lot of money to his house. That when the man travels on the country account, he collects money or money that people gave him, he will take the money to his house. The party chairman is accusing the president of taking money belonging to the state to his personal house. He also said that when the president got elected, he raised a lot of money, tons of money, but millions of dollars. He took that money to his house. Chairman Mama Modu said all that. Not only
but
that,
I still want you to play that clip. Let's go more deeper into that
clip. Because of time, what I'm saying is true. Anybody listen to this, the clip.
Okay, I know we have the clip.
All right. So, and then he went as far as saying the singular most mistake that the president made was to start building mansions just about the time he took over. He said that was a mistake.
This is why
as far as saying, let me read this thing, Diflo, quickly, then I will come back to you. All right. He went as far as saying the package is damaged and the whole government is damaged. It will take a miracle. This is the party chairman saying it will take a miracle to turn the government around. But the government is damaged, the party is damaged. He said that. He went as far as saying President Weah does not listen to any advice. In fact, he does not take kindly to any advice. The man does not listen to nobody. He said that about the president. And then he went as far as saying the election that will be coming, people will be running away from President Weah.
Great point. Great point.
So, Diflo, these are the things that Mamba Mono has said about his party, so official in the government and the president. Yet, he remains the chairman, and they call him the most powerful chairman. When they're doing that thing, they call him the most powerful chairman ever in the history. And this is the chairman saying all these things that are listed right here. And he still has a job, but Jemima Colley only criticized the primary process in the CDC. Boom, she's fired. Boom, she's suspended. So the question we are asking you folks, so we'll be opening our phone line soon, is the CDC selective? Is the president selective in using his firing power to fire individuals? And is the party also selective in using its power to suspend a member based on behavior? And the use of Big 10 on Jemima Wolokoli, they said because her behavior is incompatible. If anything is incompatible, I would think it will be the statements of Mama Molo that are captured on video, on audio tape, and on YouTube for anybody to listen to. But when the president was asked, let me give you the last feed.
It's not just Molba Molu alone. We also have the tape of Akaros Moses Gray that did something similar to this.
So go ahead,
He is still running around talking about take it to the bank. He's still going around, take it to the bank every day. Take it to the bank, take it to the bank. That is what Gray is. Gray is saying, take it to the bank, take it to the bank. But beyond that, the Nigerian fellow who came to Liberia and enjoy benefits that a Liberian citizen should be enjoying at the University of Liberia. The dude still has a job at Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. But let's open our lines and have our people participate in this process, because we are just about 1 hour 30 minutes away here.
Yeah,
but we also
So,
have the tip.
Let's open the phone line here quickly. Folks in cyberspace here, I focus on Liberia. The phone line is right there on our screen. The number from our end here is 605-313-6004. You want to enter the call.
Great just send this text out. You see what Akaros Great just pull up there? Akaros just send us, and we will fearlessly stand up for the treason of our consciousness, and that's what he just sent me, because he knows that we're talking about him. Akaros Great, you might better, but let me take the first call from my end. Your name is correct. Hello, your name is where John's from?
Hi, this is Prince. I'm calling from Tennessee.
Prince, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, and thanks for Prophet Africa. I'm not Prophet Africa.
Focus Africa.
Focus on Liberia.
Focus on Liberia. Yeah. Go ahead. You listen to the podcast there. We are going to play the recording of Madam Wolokwadi talking some very damaging issue about how even there is she talked something about her boss wasting Tape, $3 million being wiped away by Mr. Tape again, under the guy of all giving help to market women.
Well, thank you very much, and let me commend Focus on Liberia. It seems like you have guys meeting together and having this discourse together, thinking about Liberian debaters and focus on Liberia. It's almost like you have a twin babies. You guys are done a great deal. You have placed a partner for us to be able to have this time. But thank you very much. You guys are talking about so much that I don't even know where to start. Mm-hmm. But let me talk about what is not only damaging to our institution, but also to our international image. Mm-hmm. That as it relates to Jemima Wolokwadi. Well, I know that I do not speak for Jemima because I too look. I don't see her as a victim here. I see her as one of the perpetrators, but who unfortunately has been railroaded by the own process they established. And, but I'm only wanting to use her as a representation to women and the things that happen to our women in Liberia, mm-hmm. mostly Africa. I think her firing, based on the information you guys have clearly articulated, the comparative analysis you guys have presented, the only conclusion we can come to that Liberia will be seeing is that we have a president who is by journalistic, he don't have any regard for gender bias. And this same president is a walking contradiction. Mm-hmm. That went to Europe and stood there and said that he would champion the cause of women.
Yes.
So the only reason it happened in this case because we're talking about a female here. Most of our girls have been marginalized, abused, according to Manu. Mm-hmm. And it happened that she's just a female. Any other male that has don't major treatment, they wouldn't have been treated as it is. So, but when this is something that we try to show that image, intelligence, service, authority, or field leadership, to try to show the world that we love our women, and we treat our women better, we treat our women with respect. But just we have just thrown everything down the drain, by the process. The CDC, not just we are the CDC has just thrown everything down the drain. So that is a bad thing for our women. It kind of will get our women from getting into fully involved in the public service and national issues. So that's sad.
Okay, thanks.
It reflects fully on our country as well.
Okay, thanks for the call.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, Diflo, let me take one from my end here. All right. Call out your name and where you joining us from. Welcome to Focus on Liberia.
Hey, Anthony, this is Asisi Goya. Thank you.
Mr. Goya, welcome.
I appreciate that. Hey, full disclosure, Diflo in studio is my cousin. So let me say hi to my cousin. I appreciate you guys for putting this together.
How you doing, my brother? How are you, cuz?
I doing,
how's the madam doing?
But man, we're trying. We're staying alive. We're thankful. At your end.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so let me just come in real quick so I can get off the line for other callers that are waiting.
Okay.
One of the things I see when you were discussing the issues about primaries and selections in political parties. I've come to believe since the Second Republic, and I can believe even before, since the founding of the Republic, but since the Second Republic, with the advent of multi-party democracy, if you go back and look at our history, most of the political parties, I like to call them election clubs because they're really not political parties, but most of these election clubs have court-like characteristics where they are built around the founder, the person with the money, who usually becomes the standard bearer. You can take it from everywhere, from the NDP-L to the NPP, to the Unity Party, to the CDC, and onward. So I don't think this is just unique to the Congress of Democratic Change. I think this is something that's permeated Liberian body politics for a very long time. And it's about time that people who have memberships in those clubs start to look at the constitutions of those clubs and see how those clubs are being run and decide whether they can challenge it from within or get out and find somewhere else. And one thing I want to point out here also is that when you start to look at the way those political clubs or those election clubs select their leaders and the way they dispense of justice, it is a good foreteller of what their government will become. So if you look at how CDC function as a political party, I'm still surprised that people are surprised at the way the CDC function as a government, because nothing in the working of the party told us that their governance will be any much better. And so I just want to put that out there. So even for the ANC and the Euro Party and everything, for those people who are going to the CPP, I think it is time that you start to look at the inner workings and the Liberians, we're really good at writing, right? We'll put everything on the books, but we don't implement them. So folks have to start looking at the implementation of the things that are on the books for those clubs before joining those clubs. And because other than that, I'm sorry to say, like my cousin D-Flow went out and was selling George Weah all around the place, right? And now he's having to buy a remorse, right? And there's a lot of people that have had that. And so that would be my only caution here to people is like, look, we have to look at how these clubs operate before they get into power, because that tells us how they're going to operate, how they're going to rule the country when they are in power. And so that's what I want to say out there. I just want to throw that caution out there, and I'm going to get off the phone and allow other people to come on.
Thank you.
So let me, if you have another call, you can take it. But let me just respond to a gentleman that we work for the same company. I did not have voting power at the time Samuel Tour and John Weah other than call me asking him for my support, for me to propagate for CDC in the diaspora. But today, because I now I'm now exposing the party or talking some things about the party, so you say I don't have a voting right. But you are mistaken. Let me just tell you, even if it is one person, my mom would vote for ADD. Even if it is just one person, I have people that follow me. Just so you know, it's not just because we work for Metonic. I also run my own business in Liberia. Let me tell you that. It is not we are not the same. All fingers are not the same. There are people watching this show that can attest that I run my own place. So you talking about we work for the same company, you got to try to put your retirement down. I already did mine. That's why I always say I don't need politics. I don't need politicians to survive. My retirement has been laid aside. So you and myself work for the same company, wake yourself up and go find your retirement. If you're waiting for politics, you are going to die very poor.
D-Flow?
Let me just tell you that.
D-Flow, thank you. Again, folks, welcome to Focus on Liberia. The phone number is on the screen there for you to place your phone call, and then we will bring it in. Let me read some comments, D-Flow. Let me read some comments. Check your end there if you have some phone line.
I do. I have on my screen.
All right. They one from Ashford Galley. I think they call him Ashford Galley the Giant, or the guy who does not eat iron, but he strong like a giant lion, something like that. He said, you guys looking good. All right. Then Thomas June, right? I'm watching you from Liberia District 13, New Georgia Gulf. That popular District 13, there was an election that ended in a little more conflict there. We got the one from Gayflow Bole. Hello, my brother D Flow. D-Flow, you got some fan here.
That's
Cece
somebody
Gloria,
that
who
can
just
attest.
called.
That's somebody that know
Labrador
me very
Protocol
well.
Party since the Second Republic have had cut-like characteristics centered around their founders, standard bearers, cut leaders. This is not unique to the CDC. He is right about that. The man Kessely right. All the protocol parties in Liberia do not observe the actual primaries as it should be. They handpick all their candidates. That is so much true in that. No matter how popular a person can be, they should have the primary as it is democratically. And that's why we see here D-Flow in America. Joe Biden as popular.
Let me read some from let me read this one from Prince. This one from Prince. Prince said AB Darius is not doing okay. He is doing very great. Mm-hmm. He has even exceeded expectations. Mm-hmm. Talking about AB Darius is doing okay. What is your definition of okay? That's what's a question for me. Roosevelt Samuel Cummings said, I'm watching you from Bedford. What is that? It is. That is not what I said. Then he goes on to say, he said, say the guy with you at your studio worked for Medtronic. He has no voting right in Liberia. Well, you can say at your studio. The guy with you in studio, not at your studio. Says Mr. No Man, that's what you get when you come here, you talk about a guy like me. The word is in your studio, not at. That's not English. And he goes on to say, he said he myself worked for Medtronic. You cannot say he myself. It's also another form of English. He and I work for Medtronic. That's another poor man. You are
all
a
right.
citizen, so
D-Flow, stop correcting our callers here. We are our participant, our viewer. We're not fighting with them. Everybody writes differently, so just leave it right there. You just read the comment and let the people be the judge. Again, folks, in cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia. This is a partnership broadcast along with the Liberian Destiny Debaters. The Liberian Destiny Debaters is hosted by the man D-Flow. D-Flow, as you know, he is a guy who is on the back of the CDC. The CDC, according to him, tricked him into joining their party.
That's what it did.
Time, he backed off.
That's what it did.
He's no friend of them. But hey, D-Flow is partnering with all. This is what we do here at Focus on Liberia. We don't care your view, your standing, your position in any party on the issue. Just come together, let us discuss. That is why our name is called Focus on Liberia. In as much as you are a Liberian, we want to hear from you. But when you come here, you must be respectful and you must respect people dissenting views because we all don't think the same way. Our phone lines are open for you to call, and we are discussing a number of issues. D-Flow, any call from your end?
Not at all at this time. So
all right,
let's go to our next clip.
Let's bring in this part. Talking about Jemama Wolokoli again. Let me share some posts from Akara Gray. Sometime by wrote, we will fearlessly stand for the truism of our conscience, and the where we voted for must act and now. That was Akara Gray, not too happy with President Weah at some point, referring to the president, the Weah that we elected must act. And now it's like he's giving command to President Weah.
Yeah, he just posted something here.
Yeah, no. Those things you see, I don't want sharing
on the screen. Okay, that's for you. That's for you.
Yeah. Those things you see, I don't want sharing on the screen. So as you can see, Akara Gray had the line is drawn and we are resolved. All right, he wrote that the line is drawn and we are resolved. And something else he said is going to be nasty. Akara Gray wrote that comment sometime back. So Akara Gray sometimes was furious with the political party, and he had some tough words for the CDC and indirectly at the president. Yet the party did not come to a decision that asked Akara Gray to take the door. This one, what will be. Jemama Wolokoli must be suspended with immediate effect. So you see that Jemama Wolokoli has now been a darling of CDC as a political party. So it's no secret that today she's being asked to take the back door or to take the exit door, and then she's also being fired from the government that she was serving as a deputy minister. But hey, the CDC did not come to tell the public that Jemama Wolokoli was corrupt. They didn't tell us that there was some fraudulent activities about her leadership or about her role at the Ministry of Commerce, not until when they decided that they could not do business with her. So they let her go.
No, that's not just the reason, though. She went public. She declared her candidacy for Maserado, not going public. All she did was to declare her intent. And she said George Weah is a feminist, and as she believes that George Weah is supporting her because he's a feminist, meaning he supports anything that has a women activity and a female in a race. So she did not begin speaking out. What she did was to say, I would like to be, and I want to go for the primary. I would like to be the choice for the people in Maserado. I want to be the one to run on the ticket. But she also goes on, she also said to us, we should have the clip that we're going to play down the line there. Yesterday, she said a whole lot of things. She said that the process is not fair. It has never been, and it will never be.
And
especially when you have impeachment.
And that was the point I was making. She did criticize the primary process in the CDC. She went as far as saying there has been the history of the CDC when it comes to primary. All right. The president, she didn't use the word president, but indirectly you could tell that she was criticizing the leader of the party and also other leaders in the party, that there has been their behavior. Primaries in the CDC have been like handpicking somebody, and then you go to a formality process to make it formal. And she's saying she has interest, and that would not be the case at this time. From my reading of her statements, that was what she was trying to say. I don't see how somebody will get fired because of that. We're talking about freedom of speech. Our president and the CDC, to their credit, passed this law, the Abdullahi Kamara Act, right? Or Freedom Act, something like that. They passed
by the
law,
late,
decriminalizing free speech.
Yes.
So this is the woman who expressed herself. That is her right to free speech and freedom of expression. And she did that in a fashion I don't see as denigrating, as disrespectful, except that she was being blown. Somebody needed to do that, and that's what she did. If you had some disagreement with her, you could have talked inside. I don't get to decide how you make your decision, but I have the right to criticize your decision if in my judgment and in the judgment of other people that, that decision is not fair. Because Mumba Modu has said far more worse things than what Jemima Wolokoli has said. Even Akara Gray has said so many far worse things that indirectly pointing at the president, and there was no decision on the part of the party. Why Jemima Wolokoli? Not only did they suspend her, but they also went and fired her. And not only that, now they are breaking accusation of corruption and fraud against a person, all because they are not in the political marriage anymore. So this is the CDC that indirectly DFLO is exposing herself. So the CDC as an institution and as a government knew if what they're saying is anything to believe, that Jemima Wolokoli was involved in some form of corruption, and they will not say it at the time because they were friends with her, because at the time she was a partisan. But now that she's no longer their partisan, they are going to persecute her, or they're going to say it, right? Is that what it is? So
well, they already expelled her. They found her guilty without seeking her own opinion or asking her to appear. You have the clip which you are going to play. They did not invite her. They invited her after they had put something in the front page newspaper. So according to her, she said, but why did you go in public and say, I did all of these things, and then you invite me to come and sit in the court of where you have found me guilty. But to the issue, one of the reasons why John Weah does not like her, and Weah does not use his elected power the right way, is because the woman is educated on John Weah. The woman is a Western educated person. She went to school in New York. George Open Weah got his first degree at the age of 45 years old from a DED school. So how can you compare yourself with a woman who has a master's degree in public administration and political business? So Weah does not like great people. Weah likes people of his kind. He likes people who are dumb. He likes people who are myopic. He likes people who are Jabonic.
The man D-Flow is on fire there, folks. D-Flow, let us come to the other part here while we wait for some calls to come in. Let's look at the CPP again. I know you don't want us to go
No,
to the
I want us to
CPP.
play. Let's go back to the recording of
No, the
Jemama
Mama
because that's the
Monopoly clip.
latest.
I don't have it, and we already talked about it. We know what she
No, we
said.
have the clip where she appeared. Yes, I think. Let me forward to you again.
No,
Let me
D-Flow,
just.
I won't be able to put it there. Let me progress. Let's go.
Okay, let's go
Let me
on.
progress. Let's
Let's go on.
come to the CPP. All right. The questions we have in here. Number one, will the CPP hold or fail? Question number two.
Absolutely, it will
Hold on. Let me read the questions, then we can go into them. Will the CPP hold or will it fail? What are if you think that the CPP will hold, what are the prospects? If you think the CDC will fail, what are the troubling signs? Final question: what is the best option for a CPP ticket? So let's talk about it.
This is what I see about the CPP. I followed Joseph Yimabwaka through all this 2017 election. I tried the length of breadth of Liberia. There is no county in Liberia that I would say that I don't know. 15 counties, 15 cities, big cities everywhere. Some of them are like Rewa says is a village to me. I go to Bapu, it looks like a village. You go to Grand Cape Mount, play looking like a village. I have to describe them as the way I see them. They are not supposed to have standard to call them county because the capital city of the county must have at least a little bit of development. But to answer your question, the CPP will hold because of the following things. I have been one of those that have explained to Mr. Cummings, behind closed door, before he went to the 2017 election, I said to Mr. Cummings, you are a newcomer in Liberia's politics. You will have to align with others to make yourself viable or make yourself a forerunner to any political process in Liberia. And Mr. Cummings is beginning to grab those things. The fact that they are now into a collaboration or what they call a political party merger or whatever is going to add to it, is the fact that it is a good thing for the nation because when you have a man like called George Oponwia, the so-called rich man that turned out to be a crook to steal from the Liberian people, what you have is we need another political party that will come and redeem this country. Liberia has been completely abandoned by the international community. Nobody likes George Weah. John Weah is a crook. The man is incompetent. So we need an alternative. And the alternative we have is these people, if they cannot hold, we will have to put them out of the political process and retire all of them and bring ADD. The next, God forbid, if John Weah wins, all of the old folks will retire them. The next election, we will carry ADD as our candidate. We will retire all of them, including Cummings himself. Because if they fail to stay together, and God forbid John Weah wins 2023, we will have no alternative but to retire all of them, including Joseph Yimabwaka. His he will be the first man to be retired. Alexander Cummings will be the next man retired. Benin Ayure, the next man gone. All of them will have to retire. We will start with a new group of people with ADD as our leader. So the CPP must hold.
D-Flow.
Yes.
So you are saying the CPP will hold. What are the prospects that you see
the process? The way for it to hold is for Mr. Cummings, Mr. Ure, Mr. Buckeye. Look, there are only two people that are running for the biggest the Senate bearer and the Senate bearer position. That's Joseph Yimabwaka and Mr. Cummings. So Mr. Ure has Une Carisburg. Mr. Ure has no constituent other than Carisburg, his farm. He cannot win outside of Carisburg. So the way it will hold is for Mr. Cummings to put the nation first. It's for Mr. Buckeye to put the nation first, and he is not selected. And Cummings decides to pick him as his running mate, as an older man, as a member of the council. Mr. Buckeye should accept it. Then, if Mr. Buckeye is selected in a primary, in the convention, Mr. Ure, Mr. Cummings must also do the same thing because Liberia needs them now. Liberia needs all of us now. We cannot afford to live another day with John Weah as our leader.
D-Flow,
so they have to put their individual differences aside and focus on what a state here is greater than any other individual.
So before you are saying that Mr. Benina Ure will be able to relinquish his presidential ambition to Mr. Cummings or Mr. Bwaka. Is that what you're saying?
If they go to a convention, whoever wins, that convention, those that clear out will retire then. Will retire then automatically politically. And Mr. Ure and Mr. Cummings loses in that primary, in that convention, right, and he decides to go to be an independent. That's retirement for him. And Joseph Yuma Bwaka does the same thing, that retirement. Anybody who walks away from that CPP convention and say, I'm going to run because I believe I'm better than the next person, just understand that you are politically retiring yourself because you will not win. So Mr. Cummings cannot win without collaboration. Joseph Yuma Bwaka cannot win without collaboration. Let's forget about the Charismatic King because he got no place. I don't have to waste my time on the man. So you ain't got no place.
So D-Flow, what is the best option for the CPP in terms of ticket? Give me the combination, the ticket.
This is the combination. Yeah. If you go to the 2017 presidential election, right? You go to NEC website. You take the two individuals, just take two people. Look at what Joseph Yuma Bwaka. Some people might see it as I'm being biased because I follow JMB. I have some connection with him, or because I grew up in Lofa County, or because I'm a Lofen. As many people claim that I'm a Lofen, which I agree with them, I'm a Lofen. You have to look at this. The citizens continue to make this conversation against Mr. Cummings. That Mr. Cummings is Kongwa. They have blamed Mr. Cummings as Kongwa. When I was a CDC, that one of those things they told me to tell the Liberian people that Mr. Cummings is Kongwa. They said, D-Flow, go and tell the people that they men are Congo man. The Kongwa cannot return to state power. And I decided to preach that message against Mr. Cummings. So that message is going to come back 2023. Then, when you look at Mr. Bwaka, George Manawiya have said that Joseph Yuma Bwaka contacted him and asked him for assistance to go do a medical procedure. Whether that is true or not, I don't know. But the issue here is the best choice for the CPP, in that I believe, is Mr. Bwaka, Honorable Joseph Yuma Bwaka, as the Senate bearer, and Mr. Ure as the Vice Senate bearer, or else the CPP will now win 2023.
Did you mean to say Bwaka and Ure, or
no,
Bwaka and Cummings?
Mr. Bwaka and Cummings. Bwaka must be the Senate bearer because those that voted for Bwaka, they will still vote for Bwaka. You can subtract. Una Mr. Crockett George Weah will not have the same numbers. But Bwaka is staying seen as the same average. You will pull the same number. The living, not the dead, because the dead will not vote. Those that have died have voted for him, they will not vote.
All right.
So, yes, hold on. This is important. This is important. We got to talk about this. This is important. This is important. It is some of those things that we have to put in place. I have nothing personal against Mr. Cummings. I know Mr. Cummings well. I know Bwaka very well. I don't know Mr. Ure. I have not seen.
Yeah, be brief. D-Flow got some callers waiting, and I want to give my take too on this question.
Yeah, but okay, we'll do 2 minutes across the board. I take 2 minutes. You take 2 minutes.
All right.
So when you look at the four of them in there, let's take the female general out. Yombili Kanga Lori. She does not want to be there. She wants to wait. She's not greedy. She's not greedy. So when you go back and look at 2017, the numbers that came in, if Joseph Yuma Bwaka is chosen as the Senate bearer for the CPP, automatically you put Lofa County in their corner because you need out of the big six. There are 6 counties that you need to win 4 out of the big 6 to automatically become president of Liberia. They are Masurado, Grand Bassa, Margibi, Bonkante, and then Nimba, Lofa, Nimba County. Those are the big 6. You need to win 4 out of the big 6 in order for you to have enough votes to automatically qualify you to be sitting comfortably in a position that you don't have to worry into a second round of an election.
All right,
But
Diflo, I got you. I got you. You are saying a Bwaka Cummings ticket is a
yes,
better option and for the CPP, and with that, they stand a chance. Is that what you're saying?
absolutely. This
All right, let
I
me give
can
you my
put this
take.
day. I can tell you of this day. Mark this down. If they go with Bwaka Cummings, the CPP will beat Georgia in a one-round election.
All right, this is my take. The question we asked, the few questions we asked were, will the CPP hold or fail? And you say it will hold. And I'm saying to you, this is my take. I fear that the CPP, I mean the CPP might not hold. Listen to my English, followers.
Yeah, you
I
said
fear,
might not.
I fear that the CPP will not hold. And the other question was, what are the troubling signs? And these are the troubling signs for which I fear that the CPP might not hold. And that is the issue of money. Who has the bigger pocket? Who has the bigger pocket in the CPP? From what we are told, Alexander Cummings is a rich man. I don't know that to be true. Some people know that
Well,
to
I
be
know
true.
that for true anyway.
All right. That Mr. Cummings is a rich man. And so we can conclude that Mr. Cummings has the bigger pocket in the CPP. Politically speaking, in Liberia, the one who carries or has the biggest pocket always comes up on top politically, because it's clear if the person is spending bulk of the money, of course things must go his way. That is why Ellen Johnson Sirleaf became the standard bearer of the UP. George Weah was presumed to have had a bigger pocket, so he became the standard bearer of the CDC. So was Bronsky, and so was Vanny Sherman with the Liberian Action Party then, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So why should I believe that the dynamic is going to change now? If Cummings is having the bigger pocket, he has the money. Why would he want to relinquish his presidential ambition of being on the top of the ticket? Why would he want to do that when he's spending his money? From what I know, Joseph Walker is broke. He does not have money. So he would not spending his money, will be on top of the tickets. Well, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I look at political trends, decision making into politics. And that is why I'm saying I fear it may not hold, because if Cummings will be spending his money, will not be on top of the ticket, then of course there might be some chaos there. But I hope not. I repeat, I hope not. So that is just one of the troubling signs that one of the troubling signs that I'm looking at to fear, or for which I'm fearing that that CPP might not hold. But here is the deal. The other question is, what may be the best option for the CPP? This is where you and myself agree. I agree that a Boaka Cummings ticket is the only, I repeat, is the only option the CPP has right now to go into the election. I'm not saying one of the only. I'm saying the only. They have one option to have a better chance is a Boaka and Cummings ticket, and yes, why? Previous election, Boaka came second. Boaka put on a better performance compared to Cummings. Political variables might have changed. Cummings have been going from county to county, but I don't see how, because of what he's been able to do over the time, will bring in on top of Joseph Walker, who has won more political sympathy as a result of CDC Desmond performance as a government. Liberians now are saying, whoa, I think if we have elected the old man, life would have been better than what it is right now. So his favorability has increased. So a Cummings wants to be president. My advice to him as a political listener is that, hey, Cummings, if there will ever be a chance for you, your path is through Mr. Boaka. Because if you become the standard bearer, the vice standard bearer to Mr. Bwaka, the fact that Joseph Yema Bwaka is well advanced in age, chances are that he may serve one term, automatically you become the one in line. Chances are that I'm not wishing an old man, any ill will, but the reality of life is that once you reach in that 70, looking at the life expectancy of Liberia, anything can happen. More so, the old man, he's exhausted. I can say that proudly. Joseph Bwaka is exhausted as an individual. He's exhausted as an individual. So Liberia term is about 6 years. There's a possibility that if they win with Bwaka on top of the ticket, maybe after the first 3 years, say him and say, my son, I'm calling it a day. I need to retire honorably. Cummings become president. That is the best path that Cummings has to the Liberian presidency as things stand right now. The way things stand now, that is the best chance, and that is the only option the CPP said. Let me learn. And anything short of that, to bring a different mixture in the composition of their ticket, it will hurt them. It will hurt them, and that's how I
concur with you, and I also disagree to you with on a point. And that point is, let me begin with the
be brief so that we can bring our callers in.
Yeah, they are asking for the die-in number. What I disagree with you is what good, because in political science, money is referred to as the mother's milk of politics. The mother's milk of politics is money in political science. So what good would it do for Mr. Cummings to think that because I have the money, I'm not going to work with his collaboration, right? Oh, I have to be the head of this ticket. Well, if the other people say, no, Mr. Cummings, we don't see you winning this process. We know you have the money, but we don't think that you can win. And he says to them, well, I'm going to take my $6 million or my $10 million and go and run as an independent. He goes in the election, he put in $10 million. At the end of the day, Liberian people reject him, like what happened to him.
And the thing can be said to D-Flow, we got to bring in a caller, hold on there, D-Flow. And the thing can be said about the other side of the coin, that, hey, you may have the favorability, but in this country, you cannot win election without money. You're talking about national election now. So without money, like we saw in the past election, Joseph Bwaka was left alone with no money. President Ellen supported Georgia, and that's help for Georgia or to win. So if you really, really want to win, you can't do it without money, because you need to sell your message, you need to sell your candidate. So they need to do that homework. Let us bring in this caller quickly. The man Amos George, welcome to Focus on Liberia. Quickly to the issue, Mr. George.
Yeah, very interesting. How you told your studio guest. Yeah. Let me say that the comments is the CPV issue. Look, they are very dynamic with play audio.
Right.
Let me throw that in there. Suppose come and go and sit down with Mr. Bwaka and say, look, open your I can take a retirement.
Yeah.
Hold my hand and get a person you supporting me.
Yeah.
All those things can play. All what you're saying is it can happen. But I just added that to the cake. Right. Because come and say, look, Mr. Bwaka, we respect you. Look at your age. Hey, I will take a retirement. Hold my hand and recommend somebody so I can carry that VP. Omen Bwaka could step by because he will be a godfather. So there are so many things that can play out in this arena at this time. But I wanted to address my brother D-Flow. D-Flow, you are very eloquent, level-headed, intelligent, journalist, everything. But just a few months ago, D-Flow, today you are trashing the we-are-led government. You are the same person on your platform preaching this Congo country device.
Yeah.
That the Congo people have failed Liberians. It was not time for the country boys to take over the country and develop the country. And you are a staunch supporter of that message, propagating that message for the joy we are led government. And today to come back here to start bashing George Weah. Therefore, I find that very hypocritical. You took time to build your reputation. And sometimes it's always said it's hard to build a reputation, but it's quicker to destroy it. I was in Liberia 2017. I told her, I said, I will never encourage anybody to vote for George Weah because I saw something that he would not be a good president. And today, my working the fruition. But you, as a lender man, you have followers. People trust you. You say from Lofa, they believe in you. When you go setting by Lofa, you speak, the people listen to you. But you supported a government, you saw a product to the Liberian people that today we are suffering from. And right after 6 months, you come back to say, oh no, this guy is terrible. He's wicked. Then the question here is, this message you are preaching, promoting George Weah, did you do it for nothing or you were doing it for your own interest? Because except you say you were not paid, but I sure you gave something from our system to come on and tell us that the Weah government was a perfect government. It was the right government for Liberia at this time. You were selling that man to us 6 months ago, and today you are bashing him. The question now I want to ask you, D-Flow, why will you think that today or tomorrow I should trust you if you are supporting a system or a government, that I should trust you with your past record? Why do you think I should support you or believe in you? Or the people of Lofa should believe in you now when you are so a very, very bad political product to them? That is my question to you, D-Flow. Why do you think that the people of Lofa should trust you after putting them into this trouble?
Yeah, Mr. George, you asked your question. D-Flow have
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Let us all stick to the topic that we're discussing.
No, it's okay. It's okay. He's a Liberian. Let him answer what you want. Let me answer his question.
Yeah, but he asked the question, but he continued to repeat it, and that time others are waiting.
Well, that's the way it is done.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
but that was just my question. And just
all right, thank you, Mr. George. Thank you.
Also.
Okay, so when you talk about, I saw Mr. Weah to the Liberian people. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, D-Flow, go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, what you need to know about D-Flow is, I have spent a lot of my time, my life behind the microphone in the diaspora and also in Liberia.
Yeah, I really don't want to make this show about D-Flow. Let's discuss.
So what you need to know about me is, I did not say George Weah to the Liberian people in 2017. George Weah and the CDC came after me when they were having problems in the diaspora, where it began to compound on them. Samuel Toye, being my friend from Minneapolis, went through another friend called V. Musa Fofana. His name is V. Musa Fofana. And then the guy got in touch with me, and then I had Samuel Toye got my number. So he called me when they were on their way to Israel. When they were on the airport, George Weah was there, Maggie was there. All of them that were on that trip that you saw, they all were there when Samuel Toye placed the call. So I started hearing the noise in the bus about, where are you? He said, I'm on the airport. We are going to Israel. I said, well, what is the
D-Flow? I don't like the way the conversation is going. I don't want the show to be about D-Flow pass, and because D-Flow, to your credit, you have addressed the issue many times on your show. We are discussing national issue about primary. Let us, because this thing is turning to D-Flow. Why he left city? I'm not saying D-Flow should not be held accountable. D-Flow has cried live on Facebook. He has confessed. He said it over and over, and Mr. George knows it. But Mr. George just want to make D-Flow to look bad. And that, I'm not saying that's not his right. If D-Flow have not had the opportunity to address it at all, then I'll understand, because the whole show is turning about why D-Flow was there and came here. And in fact, this is my point. In life, people make decisions and they change them. Should we continue to prosecute them over and over when in fact they have done the most honorable thing by saying, you know what, I was wrong, I'm sorry, I'm back down. Should we continue to hold them? If D-Flow have not shown any remorse whatsoever, then I say yes, let's have it. But today's show, I focus on Liberia. We don't want it to be about D-Flow. But D-Flow, I will still give you the opportunity to respond. Just make it sure.
Let me just explain to it, because I'm not going to have the opportunity to explain those to each and every Liberian. You have to, if you want to know something about it, just say, oh, let me see when D-Flow cried when he came from Liberia. Then you will see some of the things I said in there. Well, I have explained how I managed to go to CDC. I didn't go to the CDC. It was CDC that walked to me. There are people that walk to a political party. I did not go to CDC. They asked me, and I saw the need. I said, let me give them the privilege because I have some friends in the party. So let me give them the opportunity. But then in our discussion, I said to Mr. Toy, I don't need job, I don't need money. At the time, I was airing on Roots FM, so I had to relinquish that contract with Henry Costa and go to a government-owned program where we spend money on Georgia's own radio station, Kings FM, that the government did not even have money to pay or reimburse us. So my brother, I did not support Georgia 2017. No, I did not. Georgia and I, we were friends. We used to communicate, but I did not see the need for me to support him because I did not see him as a good leader. But when they walked to me after they won the election, I made it clear to Samuel Toy that I don't need job, I don't need money. It was Mr. Toy that begged me to go to Liberia during the campaign for us to sit down and talk. And then when I went to Liberia, he asked if to say he wanted to extend my ticket. He kept begging me, stay for 2 weeks. I said, absolutely not. I have to go home and push my cartoons. That's how I left. I came back to the States and I resigned. So get this straight. Nobody in the CDC. I only met 2 persons, top brass of the CDC that I met. Akawas Gray, that you saw me OKFM with, and Modbake Modu. No other person in the CDC from the top that can say that D-Flow came to me asking me for a dime or to even ask about job. So you people just need to get over this process. I did not say Mr. Weir. No. And when I saw that Mr. Weir was not living up to that, they were giving me things that they wanted me to push, like the Congo and Native Diva. It was Samuel Toy that told me to come and preach the divisive politics. I said, why? He said, because it will work against the opposition. So, my brother.
All right, D-Flow, thank you. I think, again, D-Flow has made his case clear on this issue. D-Flow is able to defend himself. The program here is a program by Focus on Liberia. We want to talk about the issues. I hope D-Flow has made himself clear enough. All right, let's get to the issues here. Let's bring in the man Desmond Finlay. Mr. Finlay, you've been waiting for long. Sorry for the long way. Quickly to the issue.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you for bringing me on.
Yeah.
D-Flow, thanks for the show. I like you guys' opinion on this coalition. I'm gonna address it real quick.
Right.
I'm a numbers guy. I'll look at the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. The numbers here is simple. All the coalition, regardless of the position in the party, regardless of the position on the ticket, has to stick together to beat George Weah in the first round. No matter where they are in the party or the ticket, whether the top, the bottom, the side, wherever they sit, right? They have to be together for them to beat George Weah. Now, let me address the formulation of the ticket now. When you talk about Mr. Cummings and where Anthony brought up a very salient point, money, right? Mm-hmm. Nobody is going to give Joseph Boakai $6 million, upward $4 to $6 million. That's what you need to win election, Liberia, between $4 to $6 million. You're going to give Joseph Boakai $4 to $6 million because he doesn't have $4 to $6 million at this point. Mm-hmm. To give Joseph Boakai $4 to $6 million for him to be president, why the president have the opportunity for himself to be president? Peter and Mr. George recommended a serious point. Joseph Boakai at this point has to do the responsible thing and sit down. And hold Mr. Cummings' hand and Mr. Cummings, hold Mr. Cummings' hand because the point here that's very important that we all need to analyze is simple. They can't win individually. No. They have to win collectively. Mm-hmm. They have to win collectively. And collectively doesn't include Joseph Boakai as the head. It doesn't mean Joseph Boakai the head. But when I talk about politics, when I say Cummings brings something to Liberia that no other person in Liberia, including the president that we have right now, to our government structure. Cummings brings stability, credibility to that government for his first day in office. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying he will serve the country better. I'm saying for his day one in office, Liberia will have international credibility. Right?
Well, I got a question
based
for you.
On that,
no, let it call
when I finish, you'll ask the question. Yeah. So my point here is this. It's completely simple. Joseph Boakai needs to do the responsible thing. Joseph Boakai numbers in the last election still exist, right? You said Lofa, you need 6 counties. I agree with you 2,000%. You need 6 counties. Lofa is 1. Joseph Boakai can push somebody here or in Lofa, the person will be whatever he wants them to be. He doesn't have to be president. But Joseph Boakai cannot win election in Kenya win votes in Nima. Joe Biden win votes in Nima. Comey is doing the legwork. Joseph Boakai needs to take a step back and do the responsible thing for Liberia. Sacrifice his individual talent or things that he needs. Put that to the side, put the country first, and say, you know what? At my stature now, I can make anybody, I can be a kingmaker. So I heard you raising something, say Congo, see you bring Congo country argument up. But go ahead, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, Desmond,
my question
Desmond,
go ahead.
I'm saying, so
Yeah.
if what you are saying, that's another possibility. If Honorable Joseph Yuma Boakai should say, you know, I think I'll step aside. I think I've served my country for over 40 years. I'm still going to support the CPP.
Correct.
And I will support Cummings to be the standard bearer for the CPP. Who you think can make a good or running mate for Cummings? Should that become the case?
Who can make the funny thing is the way we look here in isolation, I have to say the only person that will be vice president from the CPP has to be somebody from the four leading parties. That's not true.
Okay.
That's an assumption we have made without looking at the complete facts.
All right.
Cummings can pick his vice president bearer from Liberty Party. He can pick it from Unity Party. It doesn't have to be the leader of the party for the vice president bearer position. I'll give you a typical example of this. When Cummings when Ellis Tyler supported Georgia, did you see Tyler take a job in Georgia government?
No.
For the first year before he got appointed, he didn't take a job. So by supporting doesn't mean you have to be. Your influence can be stronger in numbers. What I mean by that is this: Joseph Boakai can have 4 ministers in four strategic positions in Georgia government while sitting out to the house.
Okay.
And Joseph Boakai is, you're talking about retirement. So you're talking about formulation of government from a strategic standpoint to win. The goal here is to win. You cannot get no job if you don't
Desmond,
win. So I agree with D-Flow.
Desmond, I will let D-Flow ask you a question, but what I wanted to get from you, can a Cummings as a standard bearer, if that becomes the case, say, hey, look, Darius Dillon, you be my running mate, or let me look for a young guy, hey, Henry Pedro Costa, you become my running mate.
That's right.
Give me something, my man. You howling the thing?
Yes. No, I'm not hiding nothing. What I'm trying to tell you is this. I'm not hiding nothing. I don't have nobody name in mind. But you know what? Since you recommended Dillon's a good vice presidential candidate.
Okay.
Dillon will be a very good vice presidential candidate. Dillon is young. Dillon has the issue at hand. Dillon knows the topics. Dillon will not be a vice president sitting down. But the laws allow you to be a vice president sitting down, though. That's a scary part of a vice presidential position. One thing I noticed, the thing that most people, when I want from Unity Party or Joseph Boakai's group of people will say, you cannot be vice president again. So that option is off the table for him. Right. He's either the head or he's not.
Yeah.
That's a key distinction there. He's either the head or he's not. So my position for him, the best position for him, in my opinion, is not the head, it's the one that you send outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at former President Sharif. Look at former President Sharif. Her accolades continues today. Her job, she's 82, 83. She's still getting jobs today as we speak. Right? Right, it's not because she's running for something. Yeah, but let people ask me the question. I got a different question.
My question is that was exactly what my co-host just said here. My partner just said here. That was the question. But let me flip it to something. You talk about Joseph Yuma Boakai cannot remember. Let me say this to you though. Even if not a question, but let me just say this to you. Even if Alexander Cummings was to choose somebody from the CPP and let's retire Joseph Yuma Boakai, 40 years of public service, let the old man retire. I agree. In part of that, I agree that it is about time that some of these people retire. But my point is that even if you were to put him on the bench for retirement forever, it is going to be difficult for the CPP to win NIMA because Benjamin Johnson will always take his cut and go with George Oponwia because no,
that's not true.
I'm telling you something, my brother.
That's not true.
You disagree with me.
All right. Desmond, because of time.
Let me just say, I'm going to say this right before I go yet.
Yeah, because of
Let me just say one thing before I go.
Yeah,
right?
Please, quickly.
Yeah, go. What I got to say to Defo is this, right? Mm-hmm. The thing is, Prince Johnson is a negotiator. That's all you got to understand with that. If you don't understand what that means, They assume that he'll go with George Weah anytime. He's a negotiator.
I know. What do you mean?
He's out for sale.
All
But
right.
remember that Prince Johnson is going to say, I rather stay with the one I know than the one I don't know.
All right. Let's bring in this caller here quickly. Caller with phone number ending in 7486. Quickly to the issue. You have a minute.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I like seeing everybody on the side of the coins. My name is Momo Sagi. I come from Minnesota.
Okay.
Yes, the problem, if the CPP want to hold, the ANC people, the Unity Party people, they start coming to call his supporter to order. Because in a sense, if you are going to a marriage with someone, if you have a spare children, you the men, you must make your children to know that the woman you're going to marry, they must respect that woman. Even if that woman had divorced men more than 20, 30 times, as long as you the man, you decide to marry that man, that woman, you must able to tell your children to respect that woman.
Okay.
What happened within the CTV? Like you know what happened in the CTV when 2023 coming? No. There'll be cash with play within the CTV. What the Congress for Democratic Change will do, there will be strong hierarchies within the CPP. Will not be the head, but the supporter of people who they know they are the engine of the CPP. We saw in Malansali to CDC in 2011. Take it from me or not, that's what happened in the CPP. People who are the ally of CPP, you see, damn many times people will be resigning based on different reasons. In a sense, the force for in the ANC, they believe they are more sophisticated, they believe they are more learned. And the force for in United Party, the ANC people say, United Party has ruled the country before. Some of the problems are in the country, they are the cause of the problem. Everybody know that. The hardship that's in the country that can listen to people, it was not created 2 years ago. It was created by the United Party 12 years. Like the America we live, about Obama 8 years, he could not lay a foundation good. Trump came to power, it will be difficult for Trump. That's what happens to life. I listen to people we agree. Like I tell people, I agree there are some fundamental problems with George Weah. But if I can tell anyone, D-Flow, anyone in Liberia, if they make you president for Liberia now, you cannot play a magic one to change the system in Liberia. In a sense, United Party left an economy where Liberia could not even produce a plastic on their own. Where we got money from, the mortgage our port. The reason on a man 12 years you never experience what we experience now. We have United Nations house cleaner in United Nations doing Marcel time was making like $700, making that 1,000.
All right, so brother. Your point made. We got a lot of calls, so just wrap it up.
So in a sense, if Comey want to be a head, because first with United Party, their fear is if Comey become president, they will not get a job. Because everybody knows in the world when the president decides who to be minister. So if Comey really want to be president,
brother, that's why the CPP crafted a framework in which they spelled out how they will fill position.
Can I ask you a question? CDC never the current government we have never crafted a document.
No, they never. I can say that for a fact. They never crafted anything.
No, they crafted a document. Read the collaboration I brought it together.
And that document was able to show how they were going to appoint
the document
people.
Said the document said the every in a collaboration, every collaboration must have equal share with government. Let me take. There's nowhere.
I really didn't know that. Please share that with me. Please share that with me.
First thing you must know, the Constitution said the president has the right to appoint. The Constitution also say you can craft a document outside that give president the right. There's no law.
All right.
Even they can craft a document, the president have the right. You can go to court. The Constitution will back that president.
That is true. Thank you. Fair point. I mean, I appreciate your contribution, man. All right. Thank you, brother. D-Flow, we always read some comments here. Let me read this one. Comfort Herring writes, this time Liberians should vote based on integrity and not big pockets. Records show that so-called rich presidential candidates have come and failed the people. Christopher A. Kamara writes, very inconsistent D-Flow. Hypocrisy. Somebody is coming after you, D-Flow. Shepra Monju, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Money can win election in Liberia. Kennedy Sunday can relate, talking about somebody who may try to use or cash violence and got a big surprise. Our man Mozula Kizi GC, sorry. Please take a look at your screen. We can't see you guys. Hey, my man, we're just doing our lay advertisement here, man. You media man, you know about this thing. Black is beautiful, right? I feel sick to the stomach when I see people saying the person wanted job, that person wanted job. What's wrong with wanting job in your own country? Is it a crime? Very good point right there. What is wrong? Some people want a job. These fellows did not want a job, but some people do, and it is their right. Christopher, again, they shouldn't pretend that they are in the interest of the Liberian people, self-seeking. Oh, he used a bomb that, and we can't read those ones here, my brother. This color doesn't make sense at all. Oh, going after this color, we don't like you to go after your friends. Honesty is important in society. Fake lies, dishonesty, and pretend are low self-esteem attitude. Folks in cyberspace, thank you. Keep your comment coming. Let me go to the phone line here. D-Flow, it seems to be we have a tons of calls here. Let me see this one from this caller. James Quay. Quay, quickly to the issue. You have a minute.
Where you calling from? Your name, where you calling from?
Thank you very much. Good evening, sir.
James, we're listening. Put some energy in your voice, my man. We're trying to wrap the things up here.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Your name, where you jumping from?
All right. He dropped off there. Let me see. The next person in line is our own man, William King. We'll get to you. Let me take this brother or this person who has been waiting. Caller with phone number ending in 5103. Quickly to the issue.
Okay, thank you. My name is Flomo. I'm calling from Cedar Rapids.
All right.
But the issue in Liberia, we have over the years cried for good governance. And the issue in Liberia is those of you who have the opportunity to be on the airway have the money to educate our people about choosing the right person to lead our country into prosperity. It should not be about who got tons of money. Let's encourage our people to say, look, if Japa will not have money and we think that he is the right person that can lead this country to success, let us rally around him. Right now, CPP, yeah, they got a good formula, but looking at this primary thing that it did, I looked at a burden formula that was used to petition Africa. It's a recipe for failure because you go and allocate content to political parties, whether that party had a strong candidate, and it's okay, you get over. Suppose a party actually have a good candidate for local. It's a recipe for failure. Now, the issue with boycott and coming. First of all, I don't consider me as an aspirant until election time when the CPP shall go to the drawing board to see whether the Liberty Party will put up candidate, United Party will put up candidate, and then they go to a primary. In that case, then they will select candidate. So it is an open seat for everybody. And I go of I call it the guy from Lusa. It may not. It may not be Ure himself. Ure party could sponsor candidate because they are all equal and they are going to party primary. So to base the analysis on just Ure and to base it on Boyka and Coming, it's wrong.
All right. Thank you.
I don't even see Coming.
Thank you, Mr. Quay.
Let me end. in my view, I don't take on it as a politician because most of his announcements publicly can be very weak.
But
I don't see
Mr.
as
Quay,
a
one does not have to be a
Thank you.
politician to be president. I don't think
No, you
Judy
don't.
Bryan was a politician. I don't think was it Donald Trump was a politician.
No.
Ronald Reagan was not a politician. So it's who the people decide. Once the people
It's
decide that this person should be the president, based on the people's decision. Don't you think so?
Okay. Open your terrain. Don't base it on Waka and promise. Open it. Open it. But
No,
you
we were
narrow it
just
to Waka
discussing
and
the
promise.
options that they have. We're not trying to decide for them. We're discussing the different options they have, and that's why we're doing right there. Thank you, Mr. Quinn, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let's bring
yep.
in our man William King quickly. William King, quickly to the issue.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen. Thanks for having this show, Anthony. Thank you. D-Flow, good greetings to you as well. Just a disclaimer for everyone, I'm a member of Focus on Liberia. But to get straight to the point, I think that in terms of the political landscape, I think that President George Weah is going to prove to be a very tough candidate to win. To win against. And right now, with the candidates, although that message may resonate, with the opposition may resonate here in the diaspora, I think what the past election has shown us, based on the numbers alone, is that this election will be won on the ground. And I don't see the opponents at the moment showing me anything that is going to convince me that they're able to win people over from the CDC camp. To the point about our guy from NIMBA, when I say our guy, meaning in Liberia, he's Prince Johnson. Yeah, Prince Johnson. The fact of the matter is that Prince Johnson will wait. He will participate in the primary to show his strength of numbers. And then, depending on who has the most numbers, I think that he's going to sway in that direction. Yeah, he's going to cash out. So yeah, that's my take on this thing. Thank you, gentlemen.
But I have a question for you. Or you want me to just say something quickly? Let me just say something quickly. What people don't understand about the upcoming election, one thing that is missing that some people not pay attention to is Vice President Joy Howard Taylor is going to go back to her party. Joy Howard Taylor is not going to be with CDC. And John Weah cannot win at any election in the absence of Joy Howard Taylor. It's not possible. They tried it before, it never worked. It will not work.
William, what you said to that?
Right.
Howard Taylor is popular in Bond County. I think that's the largest ethnic group in Liberia. And the way she's being treated right now politically, she has won so much sympathy that a good number of people in Bond County might say, you know what, the guy who is treating our daughter, our sister in this manner, I don't think we're going to trust him anymore. Don't you think that is a big issue there for the Weah presidency?
Definitely. And D-Flow, you present a very, very strong argument. Now, that argument will hold even stronger after the first preliminary rounds, because if she's able to gather the votes, the amount of voters, if the Bone County people don't say that, you know what, we don't trust you anymore. If she's able to still stay strong in her area, then she could very much tip the tide depending on who's going to woo her. But it's going to cost a lot because where do you go? She's a VP. So was George Weah would say come and be VP, or the other people would say what? We have a VP for you, but we have something else. So it's going to be very, very tight, interesting to see with the amount of voters that she gets, which way she goes, because what other position is there for her to go higher? And that's what George Weah is actually offering her. But that's a strong argument, D-Flow. That one there is definitely true.
Thank you.
In addition to that, I don't know how many of you have listened to me. I have said, and let me say this again. George Weah is eyeing to pick Kokol, or he wants to go with Jeremiah Kuhn in Nimba to win the next election. But even if he decided and he settled on one of the two in Nimba, he will win Nima County and still lost the election. Because this coming senatorial election is going to send a clear message to Georgia that the people that brought you to power are not happy. So he's going to lose Maserado. He's not going to put a candidate in Nima, but he's going to support the NDR candidate, which is Jeremiah Ku in Nima. So if he loses Maserado, his bet is over. Jua is going. I've said this to y'all so many times.
Jua?
No, I mean Jua Howard Taylor is OUT.
Oh, okay.
She's going to be OUT now.
She's leaving that ticket.
OVEN.
All right. Let's bring in our final caller so we can call it a day. Caller with phone number ending in 7084. Quickly to the issue.
Thank you. This is Mr. Joseph Jackson calling from Houston, Texas. Been listening to the show. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to speak on this issue that you guys discussing. Now, first of all, the corrupt best man. If you can connect him with me, I would really want to have a conversation with Mr. Bestman, because Mr. Bestman have just spoken something that I have been keeping until I can get to Liberia at the end of this year to meet with the hurricane of the CPP. And I will say this and keep this tip. Any candidate from the Unity Party against President George Weah, it will be a big disgrace, because the stigma of the Unity Party will still continue to go. The Liberian people do not forget easily. So, like Mr. Bestman rightly said, and please give him my number or connect him with me, the Arizona coming on the ticket. Here is it. Here's the ticket right here. Arizona coming on the ticket. Helen Pedro Costa as the vice running mate. Daron DeLong stay in the Senate at the Senate Pro Temple. Because you cannot bring Daron DeLong out of the Senate. You need him in that Senate to straighten up things over there. So, yes, Mr. Bestman said it correctly. Mr. Honorable Wakai needs to be the statement in that country, you understand me? But any mistake, I repeat, and keep this step, today is the 3rd of July, 2020. Any mistake from the CPP to put Joseph Walker as the head of that ticket against President Weah, it will be a big massacre. And that's where it will come from again. They'll say, oh, they cheated them. No, they're not going to cheat them, because you know why? The stigma of the 12 years of Unity Party deny the Liberian people what do they in our country. Many Liberians are not forgetting about it. So we need a young, fresh brain over there, especially somebody who is vocal. Because our heaven Pedro Costa, vice president, he's not going to sit down and lie at his army to do everything. Even though the Constitution, gave at his army the power. But anything that goes on wrong, you will have Henry Pedro Costa there to expose it, because he's not going to be afraid. And then you're going to have Daron DeLong in the house as the president pro temple. That's the setup. Also on that, you will come back to me in 2023 and say, Mr. Jackson, what you said is true, and this is what happening is true. Trust me, my brother. Thank you. That's the setup there. Thank you.
Okay. All right. D-Flow having to disagree. Go ahead, D-Flow, you disagree.
Mr. Jackson, let me just tell you, why if we flip this coin, right? Because I'm not happy with the fact that you coming on to say, my friend and brother Pedro Costa as vice presidential candidate. It's not going to work. It will fail. Pedro should focus on, if the CPP wins, Maserado, ADD becomes the victor. ADD should serve the three more years. And then when we go to the election 2023, and we completely retire JFB and Kerry Cummings should pick ADD as his running mate, and then we pick Pedro Costa to run as a senator in Maserado. That would be I think my decision. That would be the best way, I think. But you cannot put Cummings and Pedro on a ticket. It's a losing battle. Pedro is my friend. I'll be the one to say that's good for me because if he wins, I can walk to him. But that is not going to work. ADD will be the biggest person that I think if we retire JMB, we should go to ADD, not Pedro. No, I disagree.
All right. Thank you, D-Flow. I don't know which one to agree with, but this is what I can say as my final thoughts here. The issue of Henry and Pedro Costa. Costa has made it clear he has no intention of running for anything this coming election. I'm talking about the presidency. All right. He is yet to make that known, but he does have political ambition in the long run. And I understand also that he's thinking about running either a senator or representative sometime between now and 2023. That is something that I'm sure he's looking at. But beyond that, I don't think he's having any presidential ambition now. That will be in the long run. So, given what you have just said, D-Flow, look, whatever the candidates going to be for a CPP ticket, I'm talking about presidential and vice presidential candidate. Let's look at the numbers. Taman Jackson is saying that let him go with Cummings and Pedro Costa, right? So let's look at the numbers. All right. Cummings did not do as much as he could have done last election. All right. I know he's making round. If he becomes the candidate for the CPP, of course, there's a possibility that a huge chunk of votes will support him because of the collaboration, Waka endorsement, and other things. But we know in politics, there are some people that say, no, saying my man is not there, I'm not going to do it. We saw that when other political leaders endorse certain candidates, their voters did not follow them. They made their own individual decision. So these things happen in politics. And if you look at Monserrato County, Costa is popular in Monserrato County as well as DeLong. So if Costa is on the ticket, what kind of county will Costa be delivering, all right, to the CPP?
He has no candidate to deliver. Costa has no candidate to deliver.
No, you can't say he has no county. I mean, he's
what county can he deliver? The man is my friend, but I'm saying to you, what county can he deliver?
Yeah, but he can exploit. The political chances in Bond County. I understand his mother is Pele, so I'm assuming.
He's Pele, but he has no property, nothing in Bond County other than being a buggy.
Property.
People. Let me tell you something, my brother. Liberia's politics. Liberia's politics, that is why so many of us from the diaspora cannot win in Liberia. You will take your money, money cannot win. It happened to Reverend Sandy. I went to Liberia, I saw Reverend Sandy had a party headquarters. Used to be park. It turned out they chop his money. The people will fool you. Pedro does not have any property that I know in Bon. My mother is from Bokorima. I grew up in Zelewu, Lofa County. His other district. I don't have no property in Zulu. There is no way I can run in Lofa County. The people will destroy me. So as Pedro.
So what you saying? The other line you brought in was good. Okay, there's a possibility that Joel Howard Taylor going to leave. So
yes, but
Joel is leaving, or when Joel leaves, why you think should be the CPP effort? The CPP should be able to hustle her and bring her on board?
No, the CPP should not hustle. The CPP should not hustle Joel. What the CPP could do here is Joel will tell us Moja as Madam Workoli is telling us about George Weah and the CDC, right?
And that will call it?
Yeah. Joel will tell us more about everything that we know deep into the CDC because she will go against George Weah because the point is she wants George Weah not to be in the second round of the election. If it goes to round two, so she will want to eliminate George Weah so it can be between she and the CPP. So she will strongly go against her former partner. I'm telling you this. These are
D-Flow, are you saying that she has a presidential ambition? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
that
yeah. She's going to contest the ballot. So take that from me. Today is what? It's July 2nd. I'm telling you, 2023. July 3rd, excuse me. Joel will be on the ballot comes 2000. Joel will leave the CDC ahead of the election. Hello.
Hi.
Hear it from me.
All right.
Joel Howard Taylor will part with the CPP. Well, I mean, with George Weah.
Yeah.
1 year. Let me tell you that some of you deny me. No, the coalition was a merger. Their merger will expire 1 year to the election. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
So Joel Howard Taylor will resign from the CPP and go and resign from the government. Then George Weah is going to pick somebody to come in. Joel Taylor does not want to be seen as, oh, you stay there until you put your name on the ballot to have the same problem as Joshua Yima Bonga. So she's going to remove herself.
D-Flow. You think doing so, if what you're saying will be a possibility, don't you think that she will be modeling the water, politically speaking? Because this is what I'm saying, that if Joel jumps into the race, chances are that she will swallow all the political votes or the votes in Bond County, undermining CDC chances as well as undermining the CPP chances. So what's going to happen is that it might likely increase the chances of Joshua, because Joshua is seen as being strong in the southeast. So if we are sweep the southeast and he gets some votes here and there, chances are that he might go second round with the CPP. So the CPP then will not get that outright victory that the CPP is planning. So I think the best thing to do is to hustle Joel Howard Taylor for Joel Howard Taylor to come on their side. Why would Joel want to play that kind of game when in fact she does not have the money to contest in a presidential election?
I hope we have enough time to discuss this, right?
We have to close the D-Flow. We have to close
this. This is a great partnership, and some of these things I'm discussing, I'm giving you facts from sources that will tell me before the election in Masura around the country. The person will tell me county by county which party gonna win. We got insider that will tell me, and you and myself will sit down on the same platform and will tell you, I will tell you this county has been won by this person because I trust the source. This source, I can be sleeping, this source call me. Who is talking?
No, it's coming from your end. Mute that.
Okay. This source I can be sleeping, this source can wake me up anytime. I will pick up the phone. Because this is an individual that will tell me something and it come to pass. Let me tell you this. I have said and continue to say that Joel will be OUT. Joel is going to win Bond County. So you got 6 counties, right? And you remember I said the B6?
Yeah.
All of the counties in the southeastern, Joel can win all 5. And still lost the election.
All right. D-Flow?
Yeah.
Let's call it. We will do this again. Let's call it a day. Folks in cyberspace, we're going a little over 2 hours. We have to end this broadcast. We want to say thank you for following our broadcast yet. Focus on Liberia is in conversation with the Liberian Destiny Debaters for a possible partnership in disseminating information and bringing you 2 sides of the political conversation for the most part. D-Flow is not howling. He supposed they are the opposition side. We here are focused on Liberia. We are in the middle. We are like the twin mother. Hey, you come here, let's talk about our country. That is our role, no political interest. So to have D-Flow coming from that angle, and we are asking questions from that angle, I think it will bring diversity to the issue. And whatever D-Flow views are, he's a Liberian, you need to respect him, but you have all right, I can say that, all right to disagree with him on the issue, and we will allow that. And D-Flow, our callers, our viewers have the right to disagree with you also, and we have to leave it like that. I think there's going to be a very good partnership as we continue to have this conversation. So, D-Flow, let us close. What is your closing statement? We talk about a lot of issues. We talk about the CDC and the CPP selection of candidates, talking about primary. We criticize all of them. They're not doing a good job on that end. You know, we talk about Jemima Wolokoli. She was fired. She was suspended. We feel that the way they was done was completely selective. And then we came to the CPP, where a whole or we not whole. Please conclude. You have 2 minutes.
You know, it to sums it up. What I would like to say to you is, and to all of our listeners here is, they have to understand the 2023 politics that is going to be played. Joel will be OUT. John Weah will go to Nima and pick somebody with the hope that the people of Nima will follow him and give him another huge victory. But he's going to have some trouble in Nima because those that voted for Joseph Yima Boakai will stay spinning to the CPP comes that 2023. He will stay with Nima, but the CPP will not stay completely lost Nima. And then Bonkante, Joe Howard Taylor will win. Bonkante, that will be the only country that Joe Howard Taylor will win. John Weah will win the Southeastern, made out of 5 counties: Grand Gila, Sando, Masurado, Grand Gila, Sando, Grand Cru, the rest of the 5 counties in the Southeastern. And he will lose Masurado. But he will not be in the second round because those votes will not be equal to the amount. Now, in closing, what you need to understand when it comes to Jemima Wolcott, the madam is telling all more things, just as our brother, the liquor talker said, came out and talked about George Weah in the CDC. That what they do in a party is, if you win, they tell you, say, step aside. Oh, we're going to give this thing to John today. You be on the side. When John wins, you will get a job. The president will appoint you to so ministry. Those are the games that they have been playing in the party. I am a witness of this. I was a part of the political party, and I know some of these things that want to do there. But again, in a depth, in every political environment, for me, money is not going to win an election in Liberia for any political party. What wins an election is your message. It's the people, your foot soldiers that you send out there that are going to go out there to sell you politically. So for those who believe that Alexander Cummings has money, and this is automatically going to make him president of Liberia, you have to look at this again. Reverend Sandy is an example. It happened to once again, Vani Sherman 2005. He did not win. Money is not the only way for you to make it. You have to put a good team together. Come on with a good team so that you can win an election.
D-Flow, you couldn't have said it better. Money is not the only answer to a political victory. You have to not only do the talking, you have to also walk the walk. You have to knock on doors. You have to be visible. I should borrow the language of the CPP. You have to be active, you have to be known, and you have to be visible. And that's the only way the people will say, oh, because they said that about Mr. Alexander Cummings. We don't know him. He just coming. Are they going to say the same thing again, or are they not going to see the same thing? Has Mr. Cummings been visible, active, and is he known now? Somebody from the ANC will say, yes, he's known, he's active, he's politically visible. Because the last time I checked, he was in Maryland County, he was in the other county. We saw him distributing some rice, giving some food items to all people, or a lot of people in Liberia. Is he visible? The ANC group are telling you, yes, he is visible. Is he active politically? They say, yes, he's on the radio, he's appearing on the talk show, and he's talking. Is he your guy, Liberian people? Anthony C does not know. Don't look up to me for that answer. What I can do for you is to bring the people here, and then they can talk. And I do all the questioning. And that way, you get to know which way things are going. On that note, folks in cyberspace, I want to say thank you for following our broadcast here. I focus on Liberia.
You want to play for us?
Yeah, I focus on Liberia. We educate, we elevate, we promote all things Liberia. D-Flow, I'm playing a song for us. Here it's a tradition here. We close with our theme song, and that's what I will be closing with. So, folks, that is how we'll come to the end of the broadcast here. My name is Anthony C. From all of us here, I focus on Liberia. And D-Flow, who is to be our new partner here, the Liberian Destiny Debaters, we are saying to you that coronavirus is still around. We have a guy who is the president of the United States who is not doing a good job, and we are in trouble. Don't forget that. Stay safe. Protect yourself, protect your family, because we love you. That's why we are here to do what we do here always. There's a song that we have for you, and that song says, we are all Liberians, and Liberia is our home. That song is taking us home. Bye-bye.
We are is our